I think the impact that digital theater has had on my curriculum, it has made it easier to teach theater because a lot of my students don't really understand what theater encompasses, especially when it comes to behind the scenes. I think the long-term impact is drawing students into this awesome world of theater. I believe that's what it is, because once you're introduced to something, then you're not intimidated by it. And that's what I found. A lot of the kids were more intimidated. They weren't sure if they could really do this, but having the opportunity to see every aspect of it just draws them in, not just as audience members, but maybe career paths. So that is the long-term impact, is to get more students actively engaged in this career choice. So it has had a huge impact. To pull up a video that breaks down a Shakespearean production, or help them to understand that dialogue, or just every aspect of that. It's helped me to be able to communicate exactly what I'm saying when I show maybe a scene from Macbeth, or I'm discussing Romeo and Juliet and breaking down those monologues from that piece. It has helped to overcome those challenges. On my students, and I'll pick on my IB class, my International Baccalaureate students, because they have to do so much research, and it has made that part of what they do much easier, because they look forward to, well, what's our next production that we're going to watch? With the English department, because I know a lot of the English department educators use it. And so it has helped, from what I understand, it has helped them as well to be able to break those lessons down and make it much easier to teach. I teach, majority of my students are students of color. And so helping them, they are good at improvisation, but trying to put a script in front of a kid can be very intimidating, because a lot of them even struggle with reading. Now you're asking me to memorize lines, and you're asking me to create a character. And so I use it in that sense, that they can see the intensity of a performance and how transparent people are on stage, and you cannot be afraid. So I use it in that sense. And it really is to help with self-esteem building. That's how I direct my students. And I'm not discussing the ones that are in productions. These are just simply students that take my class. It has helped them so much to get out, to break the barriers, get out the walls that we put up in our minds. And so when they see, wow, that person was so intense, yes, and they had to learn those lines, it has helped them understand what it takes when you're on stage. If you truly are passionate about the arts, specifically theater arts, and you want to help young people, whether they pursue this as a professional career or not, really make the investment, because that's exactly what it is. It allows them to learn so much about this beautiful art form that the world depended on and continues to depend on just for social, emotional, and mental health. We turn on entertainment for relaxation. And so to make that investment into our kids' education, because they have to read in English and in history, they have to read all of these subject matters and these parts of history. You can turn on digital theater and they can see it live, because a lot of people are visual learners. I'm a visual learner, and it helps you to have a greater understanding of history, social skills, team building skills. There are so many things that it's beneficial to our students for. So I would say it's an investment. Which are the productions themselves, the live productions, and again, the interviews. When you see a performer and then you can hear the backstory to how they developed that character, or the playwright, and they're giving you more. And that's the part I use for the students that are in productions. Always study the playwright, then you'll find the purpose behind the production, behind the play. That's why I believe especially colleges, should really make the investment. When you have students that are pursuing this as a career, it will help them to learn the correct way. I'll say what the kids say, digital theater is the bomb. Make the investment, make the investment.